Right, we are live. I'm gonna try and get some more lighting before we start, as per usual, because I'm using the laptop today. Oh, apologise for the state of my room. It's an awful mess. So a lot of stuff has been happening on social media. Some good and some bad. But I'll do that to me. Hello, Courtney. Welcome. How are you today? You doing good? Now, I know there's not going to be a lot of people on here today because I know some of my friends are on other channels' live streams or they're doing their own thing. So, yeah, so this is going to be a very quieter live stream than usual. But if you guys really want to catch up after this live stream ends, then yeah, you're more than welcome to do so. Yeah, but we'll just see how it goes at the end of the day. We'll just probably see. Mazzy, hello, darling. How are you? Welcome. Are you feeling a bit better today? Just to sound just out saying because I was thinking about you the other day, and I was just wanted to make sure you're all right. Yeah, so yeah, that's the kind of thing though. So okay, we've got 5 people. Okay, that's okay. So it's good. We can do that. So I think we should get it started really. And yes, there's been a lot of news going on in social media. And if you guys follow me on Twitter, then you'll know what is happening. But I won't say what it is because if I say it on YouTube, then I know I probably might get demonetized or something else as well. So if you haven't seen what's happening or yet, probably look at my Twitter and then you'll probably know what's happening. And I'm gonna probably leave it. I'm not sure if I'm gonna do a separate thing on that, but I really don't know at the moment. I just don't really know. But for now, I'm just gonna leave it as secret as it is. Oh, hi Byron, how are you? You have the prettiest. Oh no, Byron, I don't. But thank you. Sorry, I went on your live video as I was away as I have my nan's funeral. No, don't worry. Don't apologise, Courtney. That's absolutely fine. Don't worry. But it was yeah, but yeah, don't worry about it too much. My mind's going insane at the moment. I think I'm just a bit sleepy. I haven't really got much sleep because I didn't go to bed last night until 3 a.m., which is pretty bad of me. And that's the longest time I stayed up night. Even my chest says it's a bad idea. Hi Dale, how are you? So yeah, Courtney, if you need anything at all or just need anything else, then I'll always be there just to have a listen and just here to help you really because I know that a lot of people go and it's hard losing a loved one really at the end of the day, but I think if you need support or anything, then we'll always be there with each other. I cannot speak today. I think my mind's going all sideways or be wired. How am I doing? Yeah, not bad really, just a bit sleepy really. I've had like a busy day. It was really hot in the UK again. And then most of the day I've just been like retrying because I got the summer clothes out today and I bought some new tops, which is quite positive. You are truly a special mother figure with a lot of elegance, just like Mary Poppins. Oh, Byron, thank you. That's very kind of you. Yeah, so what was I saying before? So I've done one bit of the social media part out of the way. So let's get down to the second part. And the second part is that I have a very big announcement to make. And this is something that I have just created recently. I have been thinking about it for an awful long time, and I was a bit like two-sided, going backwards and forwards. But finally, I have managed to finish it, and it's good news. It's good news all around. I have created a Facebook page, and this Facebook page is oh, thank you, Bazzy. Thank you so much. It was just something I picked up in Primark last year because we have a shop in the UK called Primark, and they do a lot of Disney clothing and merchandise. And yeah, I would recommend checking it out really because that's such a good shop. Anyway, like I was saying before, I have created a Facebook group just so that my wonderful friends and fans can actually come together and just talk about things. They could always talk about advice on YouTube. They could always talk about things to do with autism, epilepsy, disability, the theatre, anything. But normally a few groups will just go down to like one thing. But since I'm going to be inclusive on the group, I'm going to include some various subjects that most people just are interested in, or they just want advice on something. And this group is called Social Inclusion. I may change the name, but I don't really know yet for sure. And it is a private group, so you're going to have to probably get like a little bit of approvals before you can actually go in. But I'm only going to be including people I know. So you guys in the chat, yeah, you all count as like people I know. So yeah, and also I will be posting like rules and all of that stuff, but I haven't really got round to anything at the moment. And I'm thinking about asking for help through other people who've already created groups. And yeah, that's all I could say on this one, really. So it's just a bit of an early start and early days, really. Let's have a look at the group chat. I was going to say on the live video, I know sign language because I go to a special needs girl guide group. Oh, that's cool. And then I just sign language as we are a family who has deaf children. Oh my gosh, I didn't know that, Courtney. That's amazing. Well, funny facts though. I actually went to the girl guides, but they did do a lot of like they did one part of signing, but that wasn't really it. My Twitter's going crazy. Oh my gosh. Maybe I don't know if it actually went past onto the Twitter, but I'll send the message anyway, just so they'll probably know what's happening. And then oh no, don't want to do that. Okay, I'll do it through my phone, and then yeah. So yeah, so Courtney, that's really cool. That is really really cool. I mean that's a big thumbs up to you. Hello, Roller. How are you? Eating disorders. I seem to have stumbled up into that these days. My therapist is helping me through it. Through nice to see you again. Says, oh gosh. Well, I'm sorry to hear about that, but I'm glad to see you're doing okay, and it's so wonderful to see you. And again, if you need anything like help and advice, just let me know, and I'll always be there to help. What is the group called again? It's called Social Inclusion. I'll copy and link the paste in there. So yeah, just bear with me for a second, guys. I might have to re like sign in again or something like that. I don't really know. I'm just yeah. So just sorry. Just we're gonna have to bear with for guys at the moment. Oh no, actually, telling a lie, you can't really do that. Okay, so I'll type in the group at what it's called, and yeah, and this is on a Facebook group because I have a Facebook account for my YouTube only, and I didn't know that it existed because I had created it when I first started nearly 3 years ago, but I just kind of like abandoned it. And but since then, I have been just giving it a little bit of TLC, and this is going, and that account's going to be my main YouTube account from now on, and I already used one, but due to personal reasons and privacy, I decided just to have another account for my YouTube. And that some people who go on the same groups on Facebook I do already know this because I've already told them. So, and yeah, I think that's all I can say really to us. I don't think there's anything else to say on this one. But yes, I'll put that in. I've already put the name of the Facebook group in there, and the Facebook account should be under Says Francis, just like in my YouTube. Yeah, so that's all I have to say. So hopefully, JD, that will answer your question. It says, if you were to meet Alice again, I bet she would teach you how to be curious. Oh yes, definitely. She would teach me how to be curious. I can't speak today. I'm really sorry. I think my head's all over the place and the heat's gotten to me again. Jeremiah, how are you? How are you, friend? Are you keeping well? Life support groups are really helpful, sometimes overwhelming though. If you are looking for help and only run it into other people's problems, there is only so much of me to go around. Yes, that's it. Simon, hello. How are you? Are you keeping well? Oh, this is Courtney. I have a family with two boys with Tourette's. They are going to be on summer for about Tourette's on the May 1st of May. Oh, brilliant, Courtney. I will check that out. I will definitely have a look. Funny fact though, it will be on my birthday when it's up there. Okay, that's not relevant, but I will definitely check it out. I'll definitely support you all of that as well. Victor, hello, how are you? Um, Axville death very sadly. Okay, I'm not sure what that means really, to be honest, Victor. Sorry about that. Not me. Not me. I family at church. I find it to type and listen to what you say. Oh, you find it difficult. Okay, that's fine. Don't worry about it, Courtney. It happens really. Multitasking is quite hard, so I can see where you're coming from. Yeah, haha. Keep on dreaming and never stop believing. Oh, Byron, thank you. Oh, you're okay, son. Oh, that's good. Herman, the one and only Herman. How are you, my friend? How are you? You keeping well? Oh, Herman, I've already told people on the live stream already, but I don't know if you heard much of it just before you came in. So I will probably DM you after this live stream if you want to, if you want me to, really, just to tell you about what's happening, really, because I think I liked on your group, but yeah, we'll just sort of that. Are you having some trouble? What's the matter? Just knowing that you are raising awareness for Asperger's or autism and epilepsy rather is rewarding enough for me, says. Oh, bless you, Rolo. Oh, what's my Twitter? My Twitter is I'll put this down as well. Just so you get an idea. It's also in the description, but also sometimes people just have a bit of difficulty going through the bio. So that's should be my Twitter name. So this is just probably what's highlighted. Yeah, most of my social media platforms, they're either Says Francis or Says Francis One. And you DM me, says, yeah, okay, that's no problem, Herman. I'll do that after the live stream. And yeah, so most of my social media platforms, if you want to have a look, they'll also be in the description. They'll be either under Says Francis or Says Francis One. And yeah, just please feel free to check them out if you absolutely want to. I'm not saying you definitely don't have to, but again, it's entirely up to you guys. I'm just not pressuring anyone to do that. Says you look simply adorable in Alice's dress, and you curtsy would be simply adorable. Oh, thanks, Pyro. That's sweet. My grandpa is sending his boat. Really? Is your grandpa a fisherman or was he a captain? I'd love to know that, Rolo. I would love to. I tend to avoid the anti-social media outside if YouTube has at least YouTube has moderators. But there sometimes people can feel like that, Simon, and it can be like a bit of a tricky situation, but yeah, it's just like that, really. I did DM you on Instagram. Oh, right, okay. So I'm going to try and have a look. Normally, I don't check my messages on Instagram because I just go all over the place, really. But I will try and check you, Courtney. I will definitely do. Oh, Dale, thank you with all the little hearts. That's so sweet. No, just platoon boat weren't that rich. Oh, okay, that's fine. A platoon boat sounds cool. I always thought that a platoon boat actually feels like it's a cool thing to do, really. I don't know why I'm saying this. But let's just say platoon boats are cool. You could call legends, but you call everyone legends, but I am a legend. Of course, everybody is a legend. I mean, I'm no legend, but everybody is. Everyone, the way you support and the way you communicate and the way you do wonderful things for each other, you're all legends. And that's really, really what matters to me. So, with the social group, I'm not too sure how I'm going to do this because I know I said earlier that I would do like some rules like no sub for a sub or just talked about and no bullying and all that jazz. But I was thinking about doing some like bits as well, not just like being one of these agony aunt types, but maybe I might try something. I don't know. I will work something out. I may have to try and get some help really because I know some people who are into this really, to be honest, more than I do. And sometimes having a looking around, it's probably a good idea just to get like like that stuff. I don't know what you describe it really, but I think that's all I see in mind. I'm not making any sense today, and I know that. We are going swimming in a couple of months on a lake or where my grandfather once capsized his boat. Really? Capsized? I believe most of the people are good. Oh, that's interesting, Rolla. That's interesting. Excuse me, I think I got the hiccups. Do you follow any autism Instagram pages? Yes, I do. I know I followed the NAS, which is the National Autistic Society, and then there's another one called IGM, so that's Instagram Autism. So I think that's all the ones I follow on Instagram, but I will double check because I know there's more than two, but I definitely need to have a check again. Hello, Benfield Bunch. How are you? How are you doing? How's my beautiful best friend Audrey Lee Young doing? She's doing good actually. She's doing very well on Vader actually, and yeah, most people I know are doing Vader, and bless them, it is really hard, but they're doing a good job at it. Hi, Arjuds, how are you? You in Hollywood Studios? No way! Arjuds, this is funny though. This is really funny. I just came off from Steph's live stream, and she's in Animal Kingdom. And by the time I said goodbye, she was just heading her way to Dino Land, which was pretty insane. So I was going to Disney and I'm stuck at home. Well, it's cool that we all get to go to Disney. Maybe I should do like a Disney video or something in a few months in May. I haven't done one for ages and I know that. So I'll definitely have to do that at some point. Because my friend has severe autism and her parents a swimming puzzle. A swimming puzzle? I don't know how you pronounce that. Is that something? Okay, no, that's fine, Courtney. Definitely, definitely check some of the Instagram pages out. But if I got some other ones I can find, I'll definitely DM you on Instagram about it. Just a heads up, I replied on your comment on autism and drawing to give you some rough info on the character and universe I created. Oh, brilliant! Cheers, Simon. I will have a look at that when I can. Oh, pages. Pages. Right. Okay, Courtney. I understand. Hello, Lila. How are you? Andy, hello. How are you? You don't seem autistic at all. Well, Jimmy's tractor, appearances can be deceiving. But yeah, I think that's all I've got to say on this one. I know I get comments like that, really, to be honest, but that's all I can say, really. Appearances can be deceiving. Yeah, just that one, just to think positive on that. Do you suffer from the same things that I do? Says, I used to be a ghost in my dorm room, completely isolated. Hey, now, I'm sorry, you guys are going way too fast. I'm just going to have to do that. Completely isolated. I lost my brother in 2005, so I've always struggled socially after that and with my Asperger's. Uh, oh, I'm sorry to hear about your brother, Rolo, but yes, I can understand where you're coming from. I did feel completely isolated, not at home, because I know some members of my family were like really nice, but yeah, I did feel isolated because I used to get bullied a lot, and I only got bullied for a few different reasons. One, because I was autistic, and two, because I was a woman. And I don't know if I want to talk about this in the video, but I did have to at some point because I know with bullying, if you're autistic and a woman or a girl, it could be like more tricky. But I don't know. It's probably within my own experience, but I will think about it. I really, really will. Says if you they did a video called "Autism and Classical Music," your reviews and popularity will go through to the roof. Okay, I will check on that at some point, Byron. I did the autism and dancing, by the way, and that's going to go up on Wednesday, just so you know. So I'm definitely looking forward to sharing that with you. Autism don't have a look. Okay, that's okay. That's interesting. Hey, says, hi, Fan City Slots. How are you? Doing good. How are you? And autism don't have a look. I don't know what to say to that, really, to be honest. It's just like, okay. You said you were good, Lion Flora. Oh, no, that's good. I'm fine, thanks. I'm just a little bit sleepy, to be honest, because I've done like a lot of stuff, really. Mimi, hello. How are you? Your messages help in review. I don't know why. Oh, that's a bit weird. My son's diagnosed. Really? I didn't know that, Julie's tractor. Oh my gosh. Well, this is a funny thing though, and this is the thing because I know a lot of autistic YouTubers say this, but sometimes when it comes to girls on the autistic spectrum, they tend to mask it a little bit than boys do. And this is something, again, I would like to discuss later on. I have done a collab video on with another autistic YouTuber about that, and I think it's still up. So probably I'll probably leave a link on it in the chat at the end. So if you want to have a look, then yeah, please feel free to do so. But bear in mind, it's a little bit outdated because I had a different channel name before it became Seth Francis, which is all Larry, to be honest. I didn't mean it to make it so real, but that was before I was in the military. I didn't know you were in the military, Roland. That was cool. And I had a lot of problems and still do. I wonder with my sleeping schedule if I'll ever be a father, you know. Oh, that's quite interesting. Well, sometimes sleeping schedules they can be quite tough. I know I have difficulty sleeping because it's kind of like your brain's kind of like a clock. That's how I would put it really in that way. But being a parent, that could be something. But it's nothing to worry about, really, to be honest. I know I'm not a parent, but I am an auntie. And I know it's kind of like the same thing. You don't need to worry about anything else. It's just when things do happen, they do happen, really. And yeah, that's all I've got to say. I know it's not really that helpful, but yeah, I need to start making very better advice. Oh, I'm fine, thank you, Mimi. How are you? There we go. Okay. Bully did me a lot of damage. Yeah, bullying does do a lot of damage, and it does do a lot of damage to everybody, really, to be honest. But sometimes with a bullet, you could either choose like a, a well, let me rephrase that because I know I'm not making sense. With bullying, it comes like two different ways, and then I chose like the second way. And even though I got like bullied a lot, so if you look at some different kinds of bullying, I probably got like much of those on the list, and I'm not joking. And but bullying being a victim of bullying, it's allowed me to become the person who I am today. I did feel like times that I felt I was a bit worthless, really, but I had to learn through myself that everything's going to be okay and you have to trust yourself and be with the people around you because they are more important than the people who decide not to be around you or who don't want to be with you, really, to be honest. And that's the kind of like same thing. And I know I have been bullied like not too long ago, and it is quite shocking, and it does hurt my feelings sometimes. But then after I just have a little cry because it's okay to have a little cry. I just get over it, and I'm just like, okay, let's move on and let's do this thing. And yeah, so definitely bullying is a big no-no, and that's all I always do, stop the negativity series, because I always want to focus on bullying, really, to be honest. But yeah, I think that there's quite a lot of stuff there, to be honest. I still have several mental health issues, some serious, even though I left school 12 years ago. I know some people who are in the same position as you, Simon. And mental health issues can happen for different reasons, really. But mental health, it's everyone like has it, really. And sometimes we all have days where we feel down or up, but we always going to be there to support each other, really. And it's very important just to not judge anyone by their labels or their diagnosis, but just by being the human beings that they are, really, to be honest. Um, Sorry, guys, I'm actually way behind on your comments. I need to have a check. I could draw that. I love drawing and music too. Okay, that's cool. No, because I put in the comment of when that person said you don't look autistic. Oh, I see, Courtney. Now I understand. Now I understand. I did not enjoy junior high. Easy to blade run of when you are honest. Yeah, that's it. School can pretty be tough, Jimmy's tractor. And yes, sometimes because in England we have like different systems called primary, infants, and secondary school, and sometimes juniors as well. It is quite tricky, really, because school tends to be this one particular environment that can either be quite enjoyable or not. And I didn't really have the best school experience, but it happens. Because sometimes people don't really feel that school's right for them, and I think what happens at the end of the day, it just got like I don't know how to put this. It's kind of like it's a really hard question just to. And no, it's not. It's a hard thing to just to talk about, really, to be honest. But some people like it, some people don't, and that's everyone's opinions, really. And that there is nothing wrong with that at all. There's definitely nothing wrong with that. Hello, clueless mama. How are you? Yes, long time no see. Oh, it's so good to see you again. I have a sort of autism that used to be called Asperger's. If you're on the high side of the spectrum of autism, you could end up being a borderline genius. Yes, that's really interesting. I had heard something like this before, Lilac. I think one of my friends had that as well before they like changed like the diagnosis thing. But yeah, they think this is about my 4-year-old. He can spell and write full sentences, counts to over 100, yet is non-verbal and can use the bathroom on his own. Cannot use the bathroom on his own. Yeah, some people on the spectrum, they can actually have like different things, really, to be honest. And that was me, really. I know that I could like sing and walk when I was 2, but I didn't really talk verbally until I was 5, and I was kind of like a bit of a latecomer, really. But I will tell you some stories about that because the story I wanted to share about with me walking for the very first, taking my first steps. I don't remember it, but my mum does. So I really want to do a video on that at some point, really, because I'm not sure if it's going to like surprise or just like shock everybody, but I definitely want to do that at some point. Um, I did say, look, Reed, I said, Steve, square off and try again. Ah, okay, cool, cool. I just became an uncle myself then. Oh, congratulations, Rolo. Have you got a nephew or a niece? I definitely need to have a look at that. I know that parents, I know that people with Asperger's and autism can be parents, and it is just that much harder. Yes, I know an autistic YouTuber who's a mum of 3 kids, and 2 of them are on the spectrum. And she said she does find it challenging at times, but other times she's completely all right with it. It's just like different days, really, to be honest. But it can be quite harder. But if I become a mum, I know I will find it difficult, but because I've got like my nephews and my niece, I always tend to, and since I worked around children as well, I always find it's given me a little bit of experience of what it's like becoming a parent if I ever be one, which I'm not too sure yet, but I've got ages to think about it, really, to be honest, ages and ages. Um, a PL Travers hated Disney's intake on Mary Poppins, and she did well not coming to make any more. Yes, I have heard about it, Byron. I have. I know people who have autism who are girls and they cannot hide their autistic stimming, and people stare or have been asked them to leave public places. Yes, I know where you're coming from there, Courtney. I used to know a friend from university who stimmed quite a lot, and she always got like negative looks by my class peers, and they had a go for her, like not listening and all of that, but she always snapped back at them, just like standing up for herself, really, which I thought good on her, really. But this was a time when I didn't know what stimming was, and I do feel a bit guilty, but like, just to say what's happened. And I think I did stare at her, and I did feel guilty about it. But again, this is another story for another day, really. I think, really. But yeah, that's how I found about stimming. And then when people talked about it on YouTube, I always think, so that's what it was. So you learn something new every day through social media. Right. Here we go. There we go. Yes, here we go. Now you guys have just commented so fast. I really cannot keep up. Oh, sorry, my laptop's just like going down. I didn't know I had autism until they diagnosed my son. Then I got diagnosed at 30. Yeah, sometimes these things can like happen, really, Lila. But sometimes in a family, it's good to know that you're not alone, really, if you're on the autistic spectrum. I'm in my family. I'm the only person who is on the spectrum, and sometimes I feel that I can be quite alone sometimes, and just a bit isolated. But I think at the end of the day, I'm just going to have to go with what I got, really, to be honest. Um, you are worth more than a golden Cinderella's Glass Slipper says, if I may compliment you, compliments over bullying every time. Oh, bless you, Rola. And exactly, you're right. Compliments do triumph over bullying. I enjoy a good cry. Yes, that's it. Good cry is always good, Jeremiah. Oh, hi, Chris. How are you? Welcome. I'm autistic as well, and I have two. Okay, sorry, I'm actually can't read today. I might have to slow down a little bit. Hi, I'm autistic as well. I only have two friends. Sees me. Hope you're okay. Oh, okay, no, that's quite good, Chris. I think you did say when I saw you. Oh, what was it? When I first saw you through the other live stream, I think that was one of the Disney live streams. Yeah, it was definitely one of the Disney live streams. I don't know if it was the Bruise Crew, but it definitely probably was that. Yeah, it's sometimes with autism is it's an interesting thing. It's a good journey, really, to be honest. And each individual's journey is very unique, I think. But sometimes it can be like that, really. I don't know how I'm talking about. I'm talking utter rubbish today. I really do apologise. This message helps with you. I don't know why most of your messages I keep holding for reviews, Mimi. I mean, that's really odd. It's never happened before. You can visit other. Oh, that's for Byron. Okay, that's cool. That's cool. Jimmy's Tractor. My son did homeschool in 8th grade. Wish I could have done that. He's 15, 5'11" inches tall, and 180 elebobytes pounds. So bullying is much less now for him. He's very good on maths too, so he has a group of friends. Oh, that's interesting, Jimmy's Tractor. I used to know a couple of people on the spectrum who were homeschooled either throughout their lives or just for a couple of years. And they said homeschooling was really, really good. And I've never been homeschooled, but I wish I did now, because it would have been like really, really positive, really. I think it is. But yeah, I've done good for your son, really, being good on maths. Really, I'm hopeless at maths, and it's just, and I'm always going to be hopeless, really. But everyone's different, and that's what it matters, really. I am leading worship at church. I'm doing 2 songs in BSL and 2 singing. Really? Oh, I wish you the best of luck for that, Courtney. You have to let me know how it goes. I love your support for everyone, no matter what. Oh, bless. Oh, that's a very kind thing to you to say, Courtney. But definitely let me know how it goes. I would love to see that. Asperger's has been declassified until a new name can be found. Yes, that's quite interesting, actually. I heard that's happened a lot. But know that my friend, he was Aspie before the name got declassified. And there's kind of like loads of reasons for it, but there was a paper I read earlier this week about it, and it was quite disturbing, really. I won't say what it is because it's too political, too not confidential, a controversial. Yeah, too controversial, and also it's it's very discriminating, really. I think I'm not saying this in like a bad way or anything, but this could be an article that some people may be offended. So yeah, so I'm not going to be talking about it here, really, but yeah, that was a bit of an interesting experience, and it was awfully long. It felt like it was like a university assignment, but it was really interesting, really, that I found, really. But anyway, I'm gonna stop talking about that and just move on to the comments because I know I'm falling behind. I have a question, special question for you. Says, I actually have 2 channels on YouTube. Do you think that I could share my autism life and talking about my passion for Disney animated movies at the same time? Absolutely, Mimi, because I have 2 channels. The second one I just set up recently, and I know with this main channel, I actually do awareness videos, and sometimes I throw in a little bit of fun videos in between. But on my other channel, I'll just put all the rest of the good fun stuff in, and I do tribute videos as well. Because when I'm not doing anything, I tend to like make tribute videos to all of my favorite characters and TV shows with using best songs. And this is when I before I started actually vlogging. I have done that for a few years, and I did miss it really at times. So I thought I would get back to doing that. I've only had like 3 uploads, and I won't be uploading as much. But yes, having 2 channels to have it split is a really good idea. So definitely know what you think is best, maybe. That's what I would say, really. It's just autism disorder high functioning at the moment. Autism spectrum disorder high functioning. That's a bit of a mouthful, actually, Simon. Yeah, I might have to have a look at that at some point. Yeah, I might have to discuss with it with my friends really on it. Really, it's just something out of keen interest. There we go. You can't. There we go. Right. Sorry, I think it's just going off a bit. You couldn't understand my son till he was 5. He didn't seem to warrant a diagnosis to me, but his mum pushed for it. Yeah, that's it. Sometimes I wasn't diagnosed until I was about like 2 or 3, and it is like quite hard for a parent really, because sometimes either signs are there or not. And I heard stories from my other friends who were diagnosed that most of the signs that they got before they were diagnosed with autistic, they were either deaf or they just had like a bit of anxiety. Yeah, that was really good. So sometimes getting an autism diagnosis is hard, and it still is very hard. But when you find out about it, like properly, it's a big relief, really, to be honest. And that's probably what I can say, really, to be honest. Nephew, what? Oh, nephew. Okay. Well, second cousin, actually. My sister is also having a baby. Oh, congratulations to your sister, Rolo. I used to call motorbikes a gal and send this bird eyes when I was like 2 years old, quirky. Ah, that's cool. That's cool, Rolo. I think being parents is harder, no matter if you have autism or not. Exactly. Yeah, that's very true, Courtney. Yes, you seem not look elf. On Wednesday, I found out that I have an uncle I never knew. Really? Oh, that's really interesting, Courtney. You'll probably have to let know how the meeting goes up. And it's always interesting that there are some people in the family that you never knew existed. I know I had that a couple of times because I've got like cousins down in Australia, and I never knew until they existed until I was about like 14, maybe 15, and we still keep in touch, but we just keep in touch when we can, really, to be honest. And it says, I myself feel alone when all my real friends from high school moved on to do better things when I'm at home doing nothing. Yeah, I know how you feel there, Byron. I'm like that with my university friends. And I wish I could have like go down, have like the guts to go down and see them. Well, not the guts, but just like get money to go down and see them. But I think, to be honest, since I don't travel, I've only just started traveling independently, so I really couldn't do that. But one day I will. One day. Um, there we go. What I hate is sorry, you guys are really, really going too fast. I just need to slow down a little bit. Asperger's. No, okay. Well, Chris is comes up first. What I hate is that when people say we use autism as an excuse to get our own way, when we defo do not. True, I live that defo not true. I live in a place called Life Path Trust, where I live on my own. Our workers help us to live independent. Really, that's cool, Chris. And yeah, that's true. I have been in this experience myself, really, and most of my friends. And it's not really fair though, because it's kind of like stereotypical and discriminating. But hopefully that will change in like a few years and a few times, really, to be honest. Or Asperger's is not good because people call us Spurgers. I never heard of that before. Now that's interesting. But when really we are just socially awkward, we are capable. Maybe they can call it an intel emotion or something. They will come up with something new. Yeah, that's true, actually. Spurgers. I've never heard of that name before. That's quite interesting. Because I know in England we always used to call Asperger's Aspies. But yeah, I never heard of that name before. I might have to have a look at it at some point. Westy Good, hello, how are you doing? And hello, John, welcome. How are you? What's my favourite summer song? I always like Don Healy, The Boys of Summer, and I like so many other different sons, really. But at the moment, Boys of Summer is my favourite summer son. How am I? Yeah, I'm not too bad, thanks, John. How are you? Um, I know people who have severe autism and their parents don't accept them. Yes, that's true. I've heard stories like that, and it's really sad because I really, really, really think that it's not really fair, really, to be honest. And also, you can't really abandon a kid if they have autism, really, because childhood neglect is so bad. I really do not believe in childhood neglect, and it's going to cause like a strain with families in later life. Really, I think anyway. And I have known a few people who are either going through this or who have had gone through this really, and it is really sad, and I do have like loads of heart sympathy for them. And I think at the end of the day, it's very important just to not give them like attention, but just try to like support them and accept them as much as possible, because it's very important to accept everybody and to make them feel included. I know this message is helpful for you, but John, we don't do sub for a sub in this channel, and this is all I will say in my live streams. We don't, and this is a sub for a sub free zone. No one is allowed to do that. And if people do it more than a couple of times, then I'm afraid I'm gonna have to block them. I'm really sorry, but yeah, so you have been warned a little bit there, John, but that's okay though. I'll let you off. I'll let you off. But if you do that again, then yeah, I'm gonna have to like take action. So I'm really sorry about that. There we go. Okay, what do you mean? Can you have like special advices for I could not be more confusing about not shake between my Disney fan channel and my autism? Well, what I mean by it's okay to have like both channels to do different things, and sometimes ones can be easy, but you can actually either have a main channel and then a second channel. So this channel I have is my main one. So what I tend to do with my main one is to upload daily. So that's why I upload twice a week. But then on my second channel, I only just upload videos occasionally. So in the situation, you might want to think about which one's the most important to you, and it's entirely up to you which one really. And that's how I did that really, to be honest, because to be honest, I don't feel like I if I would need to say it on social network, and then that's fine as well. No one has to say it really. It's entirely up to people really, because it's their choice. I just found my uncle was a family friend, but he was adopted. Oh, that's cool, Courtney. That's really cool. I know a couple of people who were adopted, and I really support adoption all the way, really. To us, I'm sorry, my laptop's been a bit jerky at the moment because I think something's just like pestering me on my bed. But I'm trying to like not do anything with that really, to be honest, because people are so meany. Oh, people are so meany that, to be honest, Mimi, they're always going to be mean, but you just have to learn to ignore the haters and just keep moving forward. I get like haters most of the days, and I don't give a monkey's about them really, about what they say, because they just inspire me just to keep moving forward, and that's what it really is, to be honest. You're very sweet. Oh, that's for Byron. I have encountered Spurgeon more than once. It makes me very angry. Ah, that's very interesting. Sarah, hello. How are you, lovely? Welcome to the live stream. As it is a derogatory. Oh, okay. I don't think I've heard that word before. That's quite interesting. Well, it's something for me to look at in the dictionary. It's like the R word or the N word. It's a hate word. It's not nice. Ah, right. Okay. That's interesting. Okay. Well, that's interesting. I learned childhood neglect is very bad. I learned about it in my class. Oh, yes, that's really good that they taught you about childhood neglect in class. They don't normally tend to do that in England, which is a bit of a shame, really, to be honest. But they should have done that, really. I have never been called that, Simon. I try myself to keep avoid the bullying because at times I am rather not capable unless it is my special interest. That's a quite good, like, wise decision. Hello, Friday, you suck. Welcome to the live stream. How are you? I would be devastated if Drizella and Anastasia destroyed my formal uniform. That says it's always there to protect you. Say that. Don't worry, Byron. I will protect you from Drizella and Anastasia. Well, mainly Anastasia, because normally Drizella, because Anastasia is more lovelier than Drizella, and believe me, it's very, very true. Um, yeah, keyboard cowards as usual. Exactly, Rola, exactly. Um, yep, too scared of the police kicking their butts in real life. That's true, actually. Hate 2016 Hate Crimes Act and all of that. And yet people are jealous because I go to a lot of trips, and my name has adventures. See, I have created haters as a troll, being disliking every video I upload. That's the thing, especially when you get to being a big YouTuber, you get like loads of things like that, and it happens like every day. And I mean, French YouTubers like Zoella, she gets like every single day, but she still keeps moving forward because that's all she can do, really. And loads of people do go through that, really. But at the end of the day, you just have to keep moving forward and then just see all of that, really, to be honest. Keep moving forward. Is that a Meet the Robinsons reference, JK? But you know what, Jeremiah? I've never watched Meet the Robinsons. I might have to do that at some point because I heard people say it's a good underrated classic. Yeah, God sees their hearts and knows their sins. He will hold them accountable for mistreating others. I know I used to be a very religious person, but I'm sort of like that now. But I do believe that people are brought to this world for a reason, and it's their life's purpose to teach others. Really, to be honest, but yeah, it's kind of like loads of things, really. To be honest, I was because the reason why I say that is that I used to because I have like on one side of my family is religious, but yeah, I'm not like really religious myself, but I still believe in some things. And the reason why I'm not most religious is because I don't believe in the things that my faith actually believes in, and that's the ones that it's a bit excluded, really, to be honest. Let's just put it that way. Um, Oh yeah. No, those are two last comments are for okay. That's fine. That's fine. And there's a youth mission happening in our area in October. Hiya. They reach out to me and want me to be working with them to help include people with disabilities within the event and the churches. Oh, that's brilliant, Courtney. Congratulations. That is wonderful. I remember I used to go to a youth mission twice during the Easter period, and through that, it's kind of like a little round the world trip thing. I did, and the place where we went to was one of the biggest Roman Catholic pilgrimages to visit in the whole entire world, and that is Lourdes in France. Honestly, it's one of the most beautiful places I've ever been to, and I would definitely recommend it to anybody. I really, really would, if you are Roman Catholic or not. So definitely worth checking out. And also, people with disabilities, they come with like different groups, and they always come for a week every single Easter, which is quite fun for them, really, to be honest. And I think there's more of those that come in the summer, but Easter's kind of like the big thing for them, really, to be honest. Do you know that I have a consideration for you? You're a model for me about how to be proud of my autism. Oh, bless you, Mimi. Thank you. Do you know that I have a oh, thank you so much. Sorry, I'm just trying to process it in. It's just a bit of a shock, really, to be honest. But thank you so much for your kind words, Mimi. I really do appreciate them. So I hate it when haters bully me and they try to take advantage of me. I feel a lot of sympathy for Cinderella because of her small ordeal. Are the haters still around? I thought they all died in the Great Haters War 2017. Well, there are still haters around, I'm afraid, Rhoda. I have been like, I keep getting like hate comments just through the start of like the first year, but I just keep moving forward with it, really, to be honest. I just don't let them get to me. No, I agree with all of you guys. Haters definitely suck. I love the Meet the Robinsons for how weird it is. Sorry, I know it's all off topic. I just had to say that. No, that's fine. No, that's fine. Did you go with HCPT? I did. I did, Courtney. I absolutely did. Oh, that's just amazing that you actually know HCPT. Oh, that's so so mad. Actually, I might do a video on that because I know I've been to Lords with them twice, and I've always wanted to do like little things on that. I wasn't too sure. I've got like loads of ideas, but I'm not sure if I wanted to go up them or not. I was thinking about doing it for a while, but because of like people that believe in different religions, I don't know if it was going to create some controversy. But I may think about it. I may think about it. By the way, I noticed that you're wearing the famous magic rose from Beauty and the Beast triggers. It looks very neat on you. Oh, thank you, Mimi. There's a shop in England called Primark, and they sell a lot of Disney stuff. And this is where I got this from because I wore it when I went to Walt Disney World last year. Obviously, it's one of my favourite T-shirts that I wear all summer. Really, but thank you. I'm really glad you like it. You don't, but you don't believe in the way religion works sometimes, like taking money, causing conflict, stuff like that. Well, to me, God is just my friend, a personal thing, nothing to do with others. Loves peace. Oh no, it's not something like that. I believe in like I do believe in God, and I do agree with you on this one because God is like a friend. Well, actually, to me, he's like a big a role model. I like a dad. I don't know why, but that's just something in my mind. But the one thing I don't really believe about religion is that how they discriminate people by like their sexuality and like how they should be married and like married to like different sexes and all of that. Because I know some people who are either gay or bisexual, and I don't really like the way that the church does that. But I said I still believe in some things that they do, but I really do not agree on that one. So um that's why there's one thing I don't believe really. But I hope that clears up everything. And I'm sorry it was a little bit mean or something, but I just try to find polite ways to say that. Sadly, religion is a very good excuse for a whole of the world's bad guys. The Lord always makes sure they lose, however, in the end. Exactly, Simon. And I do believe that some parts of the religion are very good. But I think I always hope that one day they'll make some positive changes and just like have a listen to open up into the community. Really, that's all I could ever wish for. Really, to be honest, and that's no lie. Really. Okay. Meet the Robinsons is such a glorious film. I loved that tried little bowler hat boy. He makes me so happy with what he goes through. That family's funny too. Okay, I might have to check that out at some point, Roller. Haters are jealous people. Cinderella is the most relatable Disney princess because of her horrendous ordeal. Exactly, Westy Kid, exactly. Went to the 2016 with group Hate 104. Funny enough, though, Courtney, I went in 2008 and 2009, and I was in the group 149. And that's really interesting. And you were a helper. I was like a resident there. I was thinking about being a helper for a while, but I didn't get around to it. But one day I will. I'll definitely consider it into mind. Says if Westy Kid was to be transformed into Cinderella, my heart would melt like butter, and she would go to dance like a dream, and you would have to do the same thing. Oh, Byron, bless you. Excuse me. The sculpture is well 1,000 years old. I hope this isn't a blasphemy, but I think it might be a time for a modern testament. Exactly. I definitely agree with you on this, Simon. I really do agree. I'm more of a in line with our modern understanding of God. Exactly, exactly. I couldn't agree with you a bit more there, Simon. You're definitely welcome. Sweetie says. By the way, did you hear about the Earth Day? I watched a Google made by Google introduced Dr made video made by Google introduced Dr. Jane Goodall. I suppose that you know. I simply adore Dr. Jane Goodall. She's like one of my biggest inspirational scientists ever, and I've got a couple of books on her really, to be honest, because I love her life story. She's just so fascinating. I really love her, and I really love chimps as well because they're my favorite animals. Well, one of my favorite animals, but I really love them so much. She was fascinating about caring for the chimps. Yes, she was, and that's what I really liked about Dr. Jane Goodall, and because she has like a personality thing, really. To be honest, she's really lovely, and one day I really would love to meet her in person. I really want to just to thank her for helping the animals, really, to be honest. Um, the kingdom that Cinderella lives in looks like a lovely town. It's just unfortunate that bullies live in that town. Exactly, exactly. Yes, okay. I'm a Christian, and I feel like Christians have lost their ideas of inclusion. And you can read like 14, and you can really see that Christ's heart for inclusion. I can talk about Christian and inclusive. Okay, that's interesting, Courtney. Yeah, that's something just to have like a little bit of talk about, discuss further. Yeah, we just have to be patient, Simon. Sadly enough, they say Jesus will reign for 1,000 years, but he hasn't come back yet. Even so come Lord Jesus. Dr. Jekyll is cool. I don't know. Well, that's the thing though, because I actually did things within the church, and I did like believe in like some bits, but yeah, that's interesting. Like really, a lot really, and some people believe in some things, some people don't. But again, we're all inclusive, and we're all like we're special in our different ways, really. I suppose. Um, Dr. Jane Goodall seems very kind-hearted and respectful about nature. She is, and she's like one of my inspirations just to appreciate love for nature. Even Sir David Attenborough was my big inspiration about love and nature as well. Oh, Luke 14, Psalm 12 to 14. I think that's one of my favourite passages in there, Courtney. I might have to have a look at that because I know I've got a copy of the Bible somewhere because I know that was a family heirloom given to me, but I will definitely check it out at some point. Um, right, the world is not yet ready. Yeah, that's some what people think about it, really. What do you like most about her? I love her personality, I love her kindness, and I love her contribution to helping animals, really. Hi, Nitpicks, how are you? I'm afraid I'm going to have to go quite shortly because my battery's about to die. So I'm going to probably say my goodbyes just right about now. I'm really, really sorry. But I will try and do a longer live stream next time. And also, I will make sure it's charged. Monkeys and apes are very cool, that being said. Yeah, that's it. And Jesus is the role model how to learning how to live, showing all and being kind. I don't think evolution is real, but I am more adaptation, and each creature has their own identity. Very well said, Rolo. Very well said. And then you mean that she's inspired you as well as me and Steve? Yeah, she has. Okay, no, she has. Don't worry, Nitpicks. That's absolutely fine. I hope you guys have a wonderful day, and yeah, just I hope you have a wonderful day, morning, noon, and night, wherever you are. And until then, keep on dreaming and never stop believing. I'll see you very soon. Bye bye. Bye. Oh, don't forget. No. Oh, Byron. Oh, he ran a team, which helped Christians out to reach out people to speak, and see them. Oh, okay, cool,